Okay guys, here's block 4. We have reverse lunge, we have reverse crunch, and we have rear delt fly with a supinated grip, which just simply means palm up. All right, let's look at a reverse lunge here, guys. So again, obviously I'm on a bit of a lunge fan. I love the exercise. It's very dynamic and it's great for the lower body. So let's set it up. We're going to put the weight on our heel, the midfoot on our front leg. For me right now it's my left. I'm going to bend my knee, put my weight in my hip, and then I'm going to take my right leg and of course I'm going to throw it back. Now, as I extend it back, when my foot hits the ground, I want to bring my body tall, right? So body's nice and tall. Now to come out of this position, I'm going to use my front thigh. I'm going to put the weight on my heel, right? The weight's on my left heel, and I'm going to drive my left hip forward here. So watch where my left hip goes. Don't follow the path of my right leg. It's going to come up anyhow, but watch my left hip. It's coming right here. See that? So it comes from parallel and it goes up 90 degrees. So it actually makes the movement much smaller. If you focus on your right leg, look how long that lever is, right? So it makes for a very long movement. But if I focus on my left hip, drop into your left hip, pop your left hip forward. Sit into your left hip, pop your left hip forward. Sit into your left hip, pop your left hip forward. The movement is much smaller. And even though people are watching this, what's happening is only that left leg. And of course, this can be done weighted or non-weighted for sure. Again, the depth of the movement's entirely up to you. You decide how deep you want to go into it. So if stepping back here is enough for you, and if you need to, find a wall or find a piece of wooden doweling, right? There's no shame in it, right? Because we rarely move backwards. Right, unless you play sports, you rarely take these backwards movements, so it might be a bit disconcerting in the beginning. So if you need a bit of support, that's absolutely fine. I'd rather you do that than fall over, brace, and step back. Right, now don't pull yourself forward on your stick. Right, drive and sit, drive and sit. So it's absolutely okay to use a chair or use a wall or use a piece of doweling of some sort to help you out with it. And again, we have repetitions of 15. You can do these weighted as well, holding dumbbells in your hands. So again, doing that, just make sure as you step back, the tendency is to counterbalance and lean into it. Let's not lean forward, right? Right. Drop into it tall and power up. Keep your chest high. Keep your eyes looking forward. Wait. And until your body finds it. So again, you're dropping into that left hip, not so much focusing on that back leg. Okay, let's get down to the ground here. Reverse crunches. All right, let me scooch around here. All right. So a reverse crunch is pretty simple. Again, same rules apply. Pelvic floor brace. We draw up on the pelvic floor muscles to tilt the pelvis with a bit of anterior tilt. Feet up off the ground. I can either put my hands here, which makes it a little bit harder, or I put my hands down by my side for a little bit of support. And what we're going to do is actually we're going to roll. I'm going to bring my hips towards my ribs. Remember the other ab exercise, I was pushing my ribs to my hips. Now it's the opposite. I'm going to bring my hips this way up towards my ribs. So if we put our elbows down here, our hands down by the side, offers a little bit of support. Try not to strain your neck. And I want to, again, core muscle strong and bring that hips off the ground and then down slowly under control. So it's up and down and up. See here, I have a definite pause and down. So don't simply throw your legs up in the air. It's kind of useless. Looks good, but kind of useless. All right, so again, just stay in a really small range, and we're just trying to train that small tilt inside the pelvis, of course, which will do great things in protecting your lower back. And the last one we have here on this first day is a rear delt fly, supinated. Right, so as I said before, just a palm up grip. Back in that partial squat. Stance is about hip width. Sticking your bum out, feel the hamstrings being a little bit pulled taut, which offers a really good stable base. Palms forward, shoulders back and down, right? So I have this bent elbow position, and the fly is simply that. I'm going to rotate the dumbbells externally. Again, bringing those shoulder blades together. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and what I feel, of course, is a stress really behind my shoulder blades. And as always, make sure you don't squeeze the weight too hard. Don't put too much pressure on your wrists and forearms by squeezing the chrome off the weight. There you have it. That's block 4 of day 1. Get some great exercise to figure out. Remember the volume, first exercise of 15 reps. That's your primary focus. That's where all your energy is really going into, the big one. And the rest, bring the weight down and focus mainly on technique. Don't worry about trying to kill the second two. To mainly technique focused, right? Not that the first one isn't, but the first one we're going to add a little more volume because these are the bigger muscle groups we're going to attack. All right, let's get ready for day 2.